I just realized I had myself muted. Oops. But yes, welcome back to another stream. This is probably be actually the last stream. I'm Milton. Because Milton is now making its way through Florida and is eventually got to make its way out of Florida by probably most likely tomorrow morning, sometime tomorrow morning into early tomorrow morning into the morning hours, early morning hours to morning hours, which currently we have actually quite a few storm chasers that are down over by Tampa. You can kind of see all the rainfall that's kind of going on with it. Let me just mute myself and unmute the audio real quick.
It's not for me to send you guys money.
Man, that is some strong wind that's going on here. And so I do want to take a look at that wind field as well. Also, another thing too, I do want to talk about as well is this is now a low-end Cat 3 as well, because the last update, which was around 9 p.m. Eastern, and is as of last update moving east-northeast at 15 miles per hour, minimum pressure 956, max sustained at 115. And there is an update statement on this. Next update will be at 10 p.m. Eastern, so that'll be pretty soon, actually, which would be 9 p.m. Central Time. So I do want to take a look more still at the storm chasers that are around here. And there is actually a flash flood emergency over in the Tampa area, which is one of the areas that yesterday I know was originally forecasted to have 10 to 15 feet of surge. And then it went down to now 6 to 9 feet. It was, I think, about 9 to 13 earlier today. Rainfall potential is going down, of course, as Milton is weakening and is moving towards the east. Tornado risk is basically over at this point, since a lot of the tornado risk was during the day, and any tornadoes or even water spots are going to be in the outer bands out towards this way. We actually do have a couple of tropical storm warnings up towards Georgia and not Savannah. Well, Savannah is in Georgia, but in South Carolina and also Georgia as well. And we actually do have it's like a fry-shaped special marine warning on this right here, which was severe thunderstorm capable of producing water spouts. That was just about 40 nautical miles. I don't know how many miles that is from nautical miles, but it's pretty far out towards the east. So I want to keep looking at kind of cross stream. That wind is just insane though, man. Like, actually. So I know there's also wind warnings, 9% warnings. I don't know if I have those on or not. I don't think I do. No, I do actually. But here is that flash flood emergency I was talking about earlier, which is in this particular area and also in the Tampa area. I do wonder what we can see, if I can see what is going on. So downtown Fort Myers under the water currently. So let me just turn on Firefox, web browser source. So a lot of flooding over in downtown Fort Myers. which we could probably see. How long ago was this? 8:41 p.m., which there's probably still even flooding ongoing now. Flash flood watch, precip, hydro. Let me just turn on these. There we go. So here's some of the flash flood warnings and flood warnings, flood watch even as well. I just realized too, why is this so large? Why did that duplicate? There. There we go. So here's the flooding that's going on in downtown Fort Myers right now. So probably if we scroll down a little bit. Emergency flash flooding expires 2:30 a.m. Eastern, which would be 1:30 in Central. Now completely in the dark over in Sarasota. These red lights are on, which is probably the backup lights. Here is Gulf of Mexico and Punta. This is in Punta Gorda. Completely no power. It looks like in a lot of places. Where was this? Northern Harmon County. Don't know. Every tornado warning today, it looks like here. That's quite a few tornado warnings throughout today. 130 tornado warnings. That's a lot of tornado warnings throughout today. So just looking at Twitter as well. 126 tornado warnings were issued today by the National Weather Service offices in Florida. It's a record for the state of Florida. Last one was actually, what is this? October 2024. The last one was 134, which is back in April 2011, April 27th, which that was also the day there was a tornado outbreak as well in the Dixie Alley area. And then there's hold on, let me turn off the cone real quick, because here's the cone right here. I'm going to turn this off. Here's a flash flood warning, which is a regular flash flood warning right there. And still got actually a flood warning actually going for about 10 hours. That's actually quite a few hours actually. There's still tropical storm warnings ongoing down by the Key West as well. Looks like, of course, still got the hurricane warnings, as there is still, of course, this is still currently, well, Hurricane Milton is still, of course, a hurricane at the moment. So I do want to take a look at the 3D. Yeah, that's definitely fallen apart by a lot after landfall, before and after landfall. Although it still technically is making landfall, but the eye wall made landfall earlier today. So we do got a couple flash flood warnings up towards this way. There's one that's, you got two of them here. Imagine a lot of these are for creek areas, most likely. I got a couple flood warnings up towards this way. So how far do the flood warnings go up to? They should go all the way up towards Georgia, looks like, and also up towards between South Carolina and Georgia as well. So has my mold day been on? Oh, okay, no, it's not been on. Okay. I was like, I don't know if I turned off my mold data or not. So I'm going to continue to take a look at Twitter. Florida Division of Emergency Management. Do not walk out into receding water in Tampa Bay. Water will turn through storm surge and poses a life-threatening risk. That was about 34 minutes ago. And here's some of the tenants. Here's some of those winds over video from Max Olson. That's some pretty strong winds right there. I wonder if what kind of crop is seeing. You can't see anything in front of it at all. Now look at that. Every U.S. also, and then from Tucker WX. Every landfalling hurricane 2024 Beryl, Cat 1, Debbie Cat 1, Francine Cat 2, Helene Cat 4, and then, of course, Milton with being a Cat 3, which I was expecting it to be at least somewhat like a low-end Cat 4 or at least a high-end Cat 3, but I think it made landfall as a mid Cat 3. Just taking a look at Twitter still here. A lot of power outages. I am kind of curious of what the power outages look like. I'm going to pull up Power Outage US real quick because that's going to be the more efficient way of taking a look at this. There's some power outages over in Texas, apparently. Don't know what's going on there. Of course, we just had Milton, so there's going to be quite a few power outages. Hillsboro, which is where Tampa is in. Over almost 200,000 people without power there. Almost the entire county without power here. Same here. Sarasota and Manatee counties. Hardy is almost completely out of power as well. So we're down to 9 active project mesovorts. So I think there was one up here that used to be online, but now it's offline. There's a couple. Well, here's Brad Arnold, completely flooded there, over in Punta Gorda, which is where I was looking at earlier. Here's Aaron J-Jack. Can't really see much there. I don't know if that's just the window or if that's just the camera just being unfocused. I think it's just the camera being unfocused there. And let me turn this off. But yeah, so here's Aaron J-Jack's camera, but I think it's out of focus on his. Here's Brad Arnold, completely flooded there. It's insane. It's still even windy because this is the backside of this. So it's still even windy over by Anna Marie Island, and you can't see nothing on this. And you can actually see a lot better on this one here. A lot of wind, a lot of rain. Can't see anything. Once again, can't see anything on the Anna Marie Island one. Here's Vince Wolty. Let's see what he's dealing with. Very dark, a lot of rain, a lot of wind. Here is Caleb from Ryan Hall. Very grainy camera. Imagine that was supposed to be like a nighttime camera, or if it is just a regular camera, it's just being extremely grainy, because that is a grainy camera view right there. Here's Brandon. Can't see much out of the window. Very windy. A lot of rain, of course. Can't really see much. It's Corey over here. Yeah, I think a lot of the storm chasers at the moment are kind of, they're all in the same situation at the moment where it's a lot of wind, a lot of rain, can't see much in front. I think Corey might be struggling a little bit with connection. Kind of Croft, basically perfect connection right here. It looks like fog at night, I swear. Then tomorrow afternoon, looks like this is supposed to be down to a tropical storm. Although I honestly could see this going down to a tropical storm even before tomorrow afternoon, to be honest. Because, I mean, if this is already at, let's see if we got an update yet. Okay, we do have an update. This is now at 110 max sustained with still same pressure, moving 1 mile per hour quicker. So now it's moving east-northeast at 60 miles per hour. Pressure to stay at 958, max sustain 110. So I think that's now at a Cat 2. Let me take a look at the update statement here. Flash flood emergency. Full advisory at 11 p.m. Eastern. flash flood emerged. So it looks like that update for the 9 o'clock, or well, 10 p.m. Eastern, was a update for that. It is now a high end Cat 2. It is now a high end Cat 2 with 110 winds at the moment, as it starts to move inland. So I want to take a look at the power outages again, because I know, because Plant City, I imagine, I don't know if that, because now one of the viewers is from Plant City. I don't really remember where that's at. Plant City. That's right there. Okay, I was literally just looking at it right in the face. So I don't know if that's in Hillsborough County or over in Polk. But still, but I'm guessing. Oh, that is actually Hillsborough County. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, kind of comparing from here to the outages map. Tampa Electric, Duke Energy, Peace River Electric Coop, or Co-op. Looks like Coop, not Co-op. I need some water. I have my water right next to me. I'm not drinking it. Some good water. Definitely needed that. I was feeling like it was getting dry at that point. Kind of as I was speaking there. So Connor's on I-75. Looks like there's some power left, but that seems to be just from probably other cars. No, that's just other cars, and then you just have the reflectivity off of the signs. Probably once it gets more into Tampa, probably it'll be probably completely dark there, probably, because looking at the Florida outages map. Well, okay, maybe not the whole county is out, but a good portion of the county is without power. And then there's also this flash flood emergency as well that is going on in this particular area. Also for St. Petersburg as well. Basically anywhere in this area with the Bay Area here, and also from Palm Harbor all the way down to Bradenton Beach, which I saw earlier today from Connor Croft's camera feed from earlier, where it was like completely just flooded there from Milton. See what we can see from Mitchell Beach. A lot of rain flying around, that's for sure. Can't really see much in front. But yeah. Also, there's another mesoport right here, which is just absolutely just shaking around there. So I don't know where this is pointing towards right now. I don't know if it's pointing downward. I don't know if I don't know if it's pointing downwards, upwards, sideways. I don't know if that's the wind moving it or someone's trying to pick it up or what. I think it's just extremely windy right there. Because I mean, let's pull up I want to pull up the wind field real quick because you got the tropical storm force winds still in this large area. And then you got the inner tropical storm winds, and then you got this hurricane force winds right there, which we could. Oh well, I was gonna say we could probably see, but a lot of cameras are starting to come down, are starting to go down now. The Anna Maria one is the only one I think we may have a chance of actually seeing anything much. Actually, no, you can actually see almost see the waves on this one with the Venice, Florida one. Got another one near Port Charlotte. Well, that was definitely a wave right there. If it wasn't a wave, I don't know what that would have been. But yeah, it's a wave. This one I don't even. Well, we can see how strong winds are coming off of on this one here. Outdoor temperature, so you can see the temperatures going up and then just dropping. Same with the dew point too. Humidity, same thing. Although the humidity is like all over the place. Which we could actually probably see the wind speeds which way they're going. So east, northeast, 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 east, 2.7, 2.2, 2.9, 1.1, 5.8. That just went up a lot. And that's probably just from the wind gust that just occurred a little bit ago. Oh wow, I actually see that right there. 23 mile per hour wind gust on that. And not sure what this one is. Might be pressure. Oh, there we go. That's another strong one right there. 13, almost up to 20 mile per hour wind gusts on that one. Okay, there we go. Now we're starting to see stronger winds on this. Yeah, there's the strong winds that I was talking about earlier. 13.2. Yeah, this is definitely strong winds coming off of this particular area here. And that just lags so hard. Oh no. Okay. I was going to say, if that froze, that would have been so bad. So let me just take a look at the Anna Maria Island camera again. Still, well, obviously you can't see much because that is in the, well, as of the current satellite scan at 8:59. And just the current update of where the wind fields are right now. Oh, there we go. So that just updated it again too on here. That's now showing as a category 2 on here. Still got some pretty big wind in this area. Okay, this one doesn't have like the one in over by Brandon, Florida here that has the wind speed measurements. Because this one does have the wind speed measurements. This one doesn't have it. It does have the pressure, sea level pressure. But that's about it on that one. Although I can only imagine what the winds would look like on that if that did have the wind speed measurement on it. Because this is in the hurricane force wind area, so, and this is usually in the areas with 74 plus mile per hour wind gusts. But on the current update, this is at 110 max sustained winds. wonder what the gust is like. Probably get an update on the wind gust at around 10 p.m. Central Time. Or actually, no. What time did that say when the next update was? Summary. Oh, it's. So when is the next update? At 11 p.m. Eastern. So 10 p.m. Central is gonna be the next update that we're gonna be seeing next. Which, as of now, this is a Category 2. So got the Special Marine warning going for another 3 minutes out here. Got a couple of tropical storm warnings going down to here. Storm surge warnings are still continuing, of course, as Milton is still making its way through the Panhandle area of Florida. And we have another extension on the flash flood emergency. This now goes up towards Lakeland, Winter Haven, Punta. This also covers Dade City and Port Richey and East Lake. Lulls. Quite a few areas that are within this flash flood emergency area. We also have this entire area here that is under the flash flood emergency as well. So for any of these areas, seek higher ground or any places that are away from any of the flood waters. Yeah, this is a pretty large area for a flash flood warning, I will say. I am kind of curious of what it does look like over here at the moment. Let's see if we can get a clear... I mean, it's a lot clearer than it was earlier with Corey Gherkin's camera. I mean, it's still hard to kind of see in front, but I mean, there is a lot of rainfall and wind, so... Which we'll probably still be expecting for next, probably few hours at this point. Also, just to turn on the flash flood emergency one, just for all of you to take a kind of gander at. This is the flash flood emergency graphic that I've made. Probably won't fully see it till the hurricane warnings and tropical storm warnings are over, because I have the tropical storm warnings and hurricane warnings overlapping the flash flood graphics. Because when I was making the graphics, I was like, all right, how am I gonna put this in order? And I kind of just put it in that kind of direction. Our direction, kind of order for that. I do want to take a look at this camera again. Still can't tell which direction this is pointing down towards. I think this is pointing down at this point. A lot of wind. And that's definitely water down there. Looks like water down that way. Because this is kind of near the coast area, so that is probably water as completely just flooded over the area there. Flash flood warning for much more of the areas outside of the flash flood emergency areas. So I just got, okay, there we go. That just updated just now with the satellite image. Still a lot of convection in this particular area here, which is also where we're seeing a lot of that flooding at currently. especially where those two little pink areas are right there. Oh, I got hiccups. It's kind of interesting that they put a flash flood warning there, even though there's a flash flood emergency already there. Although these are probably for particularly probably rivers or creeks that go into Tampa Bay or any areas that have creeks or rivers nearby. To see if it's a relatively calm over by Mitchell Beach on this camera here. Although this one's probably more strapped to whatever it is attached to compared to the other ones. So it literally cannot see anything on the Anna Maria Island one. So there's definitely quite a bit of debris on the ground with palm tree leaves or at least the bristles of the palm trees on the ground there. I think this might be a pier or something, or that's a boardwalk there. I know I looked at this earlier. Can't remember the specifics of that area. See what the Port Charlotte one looks like. Honestly, it's just very foggy on that one, to be honest. It's back to Brad Arnold. Still a lot of flooding there. I think that's pretty. I think that's is that a door? That's literally a doorway right there. That's how high the water is right there. You can see it just, the water is rushing too. Aaron Jack, J Jack. Can't see much. Let's take a look at. Oh yeah, it's the grainy camera. Vince Volti is going through the area that has that flood warning in it. The flood warning within the flash flood emergency area. Yeah, I mean, other than a couple lights over that way, pretty dark out there. See what Brandon's seeing. Yeah, I mean, looks like that play. I don't know what that store was in particular, but it looks like that has power there. And Connor, I mean, they're all. I mean, I was gonna say he's on the highway, but a majority of the storm cases right now that I can see here are on the highway at the moment, other than the two over by Punta Gorda, I should say. Because let's take a look back at Brad Arnold's view here. Yeah, a lot of flooding over there. And here's Corey Gherkins. There's a couple lights there, street lights there. Technically street lights, but they're the highway lights. I guess you could say probably from. I have a feeling a lot of these might be on backup power, depending. I don't specifically know what the power grid is like in that area, to be honest. show 42 posts. Yeah, that's over 1.5 million electric customers are without power right now in Florida. Let me refresh real quick. Yeah, almost the entire county almost the entirety of the county of Hardy County is out of power. Like, let me turn this on real quick. That is almost the entire county without power. And this is last updated at 9:16 p.m., which was about almost 10 minutes ago at this point, actually. Almost 10 minutes ago. I say almost 10 minutes ago because it's 9:22, but still, a lot of people without power right now. A couple of counties up here that are without power right now. I think that's where Jacksonville is right there. 23 people without power there. Quite a few people over in Indian River, St. Lucie, and Martin are without power. But earlier today, they did see quite a few tornado warnings in those areas today. Because from the first stream I did today, which was at around 10 o'clock, I went till 4:50 something o'clock, or at least 5 something o'clock. Then I had another stream that went on for about an hour, since the internet where I was going wasn't that great, but I had to work with what I had to work with. And now I'm back to where I have proper internet. Just looking at Twitter still, see what's going on. Yeah, that is a lot of people without power. So I just saw a tweet from Aaron J. Jack from 3 hours ago, which was when there was storm surge slowly building up as Milton was going in to Florida. And you see in the background, and then just saw another tweet by Aaron J. Jack. Cars in hotel parking lot in Punta Gorda may start flowing soon. Surge still rising at 10:06 p.m. Eastern. So surge is still going up. If I turn this back on again, see all that surge. That's a lot of surge. And this is also in the area that was forecasted as of this morning to have the highest storm surge. So that Subaru's, if I go back, that Subaru's, I don't know what I know it's not like an alarm. I forget what it's specifically called when cars start doing that. I know it's like some emergency light type of deal. Anyways, here's the current information on Milton at the moment. This is still, as of now, moving 60 miles per hour, which we'll probably see that go down actually probably the next update, probably, as this is moving more inland. There's the tweet from Max. Over 1.5 million without power in Florida due to Hurricane Milton. backside of Milton, moving inland. Check out these winds, Sarasota. Wow, that is some strong winds right there. Oh, wow. There's captions on this. I don't know what the captions would be doing with a video like this, but wind as captions, I guess. So there's Mike from Mike's weather page there. So would this be considered western central area of Florida? So it's now 1.6 million without. So a lot of people that don't have power currently over in Florida. Let me just refresh this again. Still getting a lot of people in Hillsborough that, yeah, those numbers are starting to increase more and more. Not only from just the wind and also just flooding as well. So look at the 3D again. So a lot of those outer bands that probably have some water spouts out that way are way out towards the east now for the outer bands. So got a flash flood emergency. Surprised it's flat ritz radar indicated, although it'd be probably not radar indicated if there was a dam in this area, because it'd be something. I forget what the specific is for a gauge. It's been a hot minute, but surprisingly got 4 hours on this flash flood emergency and then 5 hours on this one. But that's just probably for the amount of hours. Is a lot of this water, there's a lot of this rainfall that's caused the flooding. That's got to take a long while to get back into the ocean as the water recedes back into the Gulf. So try to refresh my Twitter because I'm still getting like older posts. What if I go to my For You? Ah, there we go. Pretty sure this is the most I've. No, I just saw a tweet. This pretty sure this is the most I've refreshed my feed. Yeah, I was gonna say yeah. This probably is the most I've ever refreshed my feed ever. Just to see the updates. I just saw. Well, it's an older post from 11 hours ago, but I just saw a post of the tornado that was in Clewiston earlier today. Pretty big tornado, and the violent tornado Fort Pierce, Vero Beach, really hit extreme TDS height about 3,000 feet. So that was throwing debris pretty high into the atmosphere. It looks like with that particular tornado. What? No, I'm gonna go to radar. Why not? I haven't used the radar yet in this particular stream. So I probably won't use Tropical Tidbits just quite yet, as this is still going through here. This is gonna take a while again to load. So I'm hoping my mic isn't doing that stupid buzzing. This is gonna take a while again to load. So I'm hoping my mic isn't doing that stupid buzzing. This is gonna take. Apparently, I was on my garbage laptop microphone. Apparently. All right, so now I'm on the high quality microphone. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm on the high quality microphone. I don't know why I'm saying that. Other than audio testing. Apparently my microphone is doing that. I don't know why. I don't know if that's because I'm like really close to my microphone, which is possible, and I'm like just, and also the gain is really high for some reason too. I don't know why. Anyways, back to a higher quality microphone. Finally, I probably should have fixed my microphone before I started my stream, but sometimes I just gotta get going sometimes. And how far back is this radar on? Oh no, it's not far back. It's just that Radar Omega was kind of just itself was on the wrong frame. So here's the wind. So out of this pocket, actually let's look at this pocket. It's 80. Looking at close to the radar, 90 right there. 80. Strong winds coming out of these portions of the inner portions of the hurricane here. I don't know what's going on sometimes with some of these. So I saw 100 there. So I'm still seeing almost like 90-mile-per-hour winds coming out of these. And this is like the northeastern portion. 100. So still seeing 100-mile-per-hour wind gusts coming out of this. Hang on, let me just pause this. So yeah, so this is probably going down to now probably, I want to say a low-end Cat 2. So it is starting to lose its strength even more. So I don't know what's going on with my phone as well. Phone's being weird for some apparent reason. I don't know why. But it just does. It does what it does, apparently. And also, where is my phone? Where's the other end of my phone charger? There we go. Alright. Charged my phone up. While I'm at it. Also, I just forgot I still need to eat something as well. So give me a few moments here. Also, I just realized how fast my laptop just charged back up too, and my microwave just went off. I'm hoping my food is actually warm and is not like I just put it into a minute. I just put it in for a minute for no absolute reason. I hope. Where's my fork? What's a fork? All right, there we go. There's my fork. I mean, it could use another 30 minutes in the microwave. Somehow the bottom of this is really hot. Yeah, I'm gonna put this in for a little bit longer. Welcome to Microwaving with Weather Overvalued. And today we are putting chicken fried rice into the microwave. Alright, let's see if this is a lot more warmer than it was as after I bring this out here. Seems like it's a lot warmer than it was before. What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. Okay, I need to zoom in on here. Actually, that's one thing I haven't looked at in a while too, is the echo tops. See what the echo tops are like on this. Well, it's got probably take a while to load. Although, it probably would be a good idea to load up GR2 analysis. Because that's probably going to be the faster option at the moment. While not GR2, Radar Omega loads. Alright, there we go. Some volumetric. Oh, wow. That's actually probably better than the view I will get on Radar Omega. Not that this is a bad view, but hold on. Let me just turn on volumetric real quick with Window capture, volume explorer. All right, there we go. So here's a volume explorer, and look at that. See the cloud tops right there. And see where it circles right there. Because that's still where... Well, the radar is kind of just directly looking up, so this could technically actually not be an actual eye, because the eye is pretty much just almost non-existent at this point. But still kind of cool to look at and see how high this goes into the atmosphere. Almost 60,000 feet in the atmosphere, it looks like this goes to. That's pretty high into the atmosphere. And here's the echo tops, I should say, from radar on Radar Omega. Which I would just pause that. Which, of course, the ones that are going to be nearest to the radar are going to be either a little bit low or a little bit high. Which, 30,000 feet there, 20,000, 27,000, 30,000. These ones over here, pretty tall in the atmosphere, although that just could be for the fact that this is like right, these ones are right near the radar, so. Oh, I just almost burned my tongue on my chicken fried rice. Or not really burned my tongue, but hot food. Let's take a look back at the cameras over in the coast area. Anna Marie Island, still can't see much out of this camera here still, which is a given. Since I do want to take a look at the current wind field. That's still in the hurricane force winds area at the moment. Although if I go to high res velocity, it's kind of in that like almost like split area. Which sometimes radar doesn't sometimes show the velocity very well in certain areas, because then it gets kind of equaled out towards here when it's like as strong over here is as strong as over here. Switch over to high res reflectivity while we're at it. Although it's probably got once again take a while to load again. Velocity, high res velocity didn't take a long time to load. That's for sure. Reflectivity, oh wow, actually, as soon as I was just gonna say that high res reflectivity is probably gonna take a while, it immediately loads. Amazing. That is a speed I would like to see more often with Radar Omega. So I actually might be right there, actually. Obviously, it's not as big as it once was, but the eye is still technically there. Got a few storm surge warnings up towards this way. Alright, so for the most part, a lot of this area in between is going to be under that hurricane warning for the next about 2 hours, 14 minutes. Which is about almost 11, 12 o'clock Central Time. Peak wind forecast 20 to 30 with a gust of 50. I want to take a look at this to see. The occurrence of numerous tornadoes can greatly hinder your execution of emergency plans. Which, at this point, the tornado threat is basically done at this point, at this time of night. Which if there is anything tornadic, it's going to be any outer bands out this way. And those would most likely be water spouts. But otherwise, that tornado threat is basically done. Dealing with allergies again as per usual. Welcome to fall. I may have to take a Benadryl soon here in a second, because that usually helps when it comes to allergies and allergy season. Which actually, let me. I have so much stuff in this drawer that I probably just don't need anyways. Like I have 2 AA batteries, and then, well, I do need the. Probably still need a AAA's just in case the calculator dies again, like I did the other day. Because the other day I was not expecting to have to go out and get more batteries for my calculator, but well, I guess I had to. So I mean it's not a huge deal, but it's more of a minor inconvenience. Alright. Take a quick look here. That's the last update. The next update should be coming in around... Oh, actually, I was going to say in the next 10 minutes, but it's out right now. Look at the public advisory real quick. So, next intermediate advisory at 2 a.m., which is at 1 in the morning Central Time, and then the next complete advisory at 4 in the morning at Central Time. That is at 5 a.m. Eastern. And the estimated minimum central pressure at the moment is 960. Maximum sustained winds are at near 105. Not 150. If it was at 150, oh boy. That would be very bad. But this is at 105 with max sustained winds with higher wind gust. Probably around 110 to 115 wind gusts. Probably. Although on the high-res velocity, this doesn't seem like it is at those wind gusts. Although maybe at times it can get up to one of those 2 wind gust speeds. Probably more likely that it's at 110 for wind gust. This is still moving east-northeast at 16 miles per hour. Let's see the cone. See if that's updated any. It's still forecasted to be a hurricane, even as this is making landfall here, which is a little bit surprising. But then again, it is going back out into the Atlantic, and the Atlantic is also pretty warm at the moment as well. So that'll probably contribute to Milton still being probably around Cat 1 even after it does get back into the waters and makes its way towards the east, since this is still forecasted to track east. And also Leslie is out here as well, and Leslie is forecasted to also make a eastern motion towards Spain and Morocco, looks like. So it looks like there definitely is some type of eye wall that... Oh, let me pause this. Still looks like there is some eye wall in there, but... it's not as defined as it once was. Although that just could be how the reflectivity is. Let me take a look at Palm Bay. Or, well, specifically Melbourne's... National Weather Service Melbourne's radar. And you can see the outer bands right there. Which I am kind of curious to see what the velocities look like out towards that way. And it is a mess. It's like one of those, like, weird patterns that you would see out that way, it looks like. Oh, my. Yeah, these are definitely way out there, outside of the radar range there. Wow. Alright, back to Tampa. And this is, the last update was at, oh wow, it's actually really recent actually, as of 1 minute ago with the radar update. So, looks like as of the current update, which max sustain being at 105, that would mean this is now in the territory. This is still in Cat 2 territory, but low end Cat 2. Alright. So take a look back. Oh. Yeah, definitely some strong winds going on there. 68.6 Fahrenheit there. So temperatures are definitely dropping. That's for sure. Still seems to be pretty humid. Here's Mitchell Beach. Anna Maria Island still cannot see a thing out of with this camera other than a lot of rain and a lot of wind. And then no, just these three actually down here are basically down at the moment. I didn't realize there was two of them in Venice. You got this one here, which is kind of pointing out towards. It looks like some type of. I don't know what to call it. Little Now I'll get back to that word when I think of it. When I'm not thinking of it, because I know it's gotta pop up just randomly as I'm not thinking of it. Oh yeah, like so basically like a waterway. That's what I was trying to describe it as. Basically like a waterway looks like right here. Although I don't know what it looked like beforehand. So this could be just straight up just a random large like ditch. Although it doesn't look like a ditch that goes very long. Looks like a water, some type of waterway. Right there. Either that or it is some type of pathway, and now that is completely, that one's completely just covered with rain. Brandon, Florida, camera right there. They see some water that built up right there. So yeah, this is definitely pointing downwards right there. It looks like Vince is going or something. Going into, looks like East Bay Farms over here. Clare Mill City as well. My guess is he's heading into Tampa here. Which, even with this area being in a flash flood emergency area, the roadways so far look mostly wet. Oh, okay, there's actually definitely some flooding, actually. Never mind. So that's the one thing about when it comes to floodwaters, is that you never can tell where that floodwater is and how deep it will be. Because then you get stuff like what just Vince Walty just had. It's literally forcing him to, like, it literally is having to drive on the other side of the road. Oh, wow, that is a lot of water that is built up on the road there. Holy. That is, not only is the wind blowing it into the windshield there as he's driving through this. Man, and there's like pretty dark out over here too. That's another thing. Just gonna say, who else is in the area? Oh, Brandon Kopic is up this way. Stream looks like it's offline. Either that or he's in a low data area. Connor Croft. Looks like there's semi-stop right there. He's going back through the rain and wind, it looks like. That's over, I think that's probably Interstate 4, it looks like. So go back to Vince here. A lot of branches on the ground there. Looks like there might, I don't know, I want to say, just that probably was, either that's how the land is right there, or that got bent during the strong winds. I imagine it's just how that part of the area is, where it's just kind of curved down. Saw a little twig kind of blow across there. There's a branch right there. A lot of wind and rain still being blown, of course. A lot of leaves, too. They're being blown around as well. Still pretty grainy on this camera here, but Seems like there's some type of power still over here of some sort. I don't know about the buildings having power, but looks like there's some type of stadium lights that are on over here. Where is he at, anyways? Does this show is I-75, but if that is, or it, either that's, yeah, it's I-75 over there. So not sure where entirely sure where he's at. Kind of hard to see what is what, since the camera's kind of grainy. Yeah, it definitely seems like there's some power outage issues, because usually when you have power issues, you get these red blinking lights. Even then, sometimes even during hurricanes like this, a lot of lights just go blinking red. Still got this flash flood emergency, of course, ongoing still. Check up on Connor Croft. Still kind of in the same situation. Aaron J Jack is down here. Looks like he's doing some type of talk with the audience. Not sure who's sitting on that one. I think that's actually, I know I saw his name earlier. I think it was like Brad some. There's this Brad Arnold over here. I forgot what. I swear I saw his name earlier. Max Olson or something like that. That he's with Aaron J Jack. If that is indeed looks like Max Olson from this picture. Although that may not be Max Olson. Looks like Brad Arnold moved a little bit. Oh, that camera broke on Radar Omega. That's amazing. Here's Punta Gorda right here. See the winds blowing across the water there. A lot of flooding. So that's also, yeah, that's going to be expensive insurance, car insurance right there. Especially after, if these floodwaters keep rising and rising, these are definitely going to be some pretty expensive car insurance to kind of pay out. Especially with that Porsche, because that is a back of a Porsche. Heavy rain across the warned area. Between 10 and 14 inches of rain have fallen. That's a lot of rainfall. So I am kind of curious. So I think it's the MRMS that does it. Well, here's the reflectivity right there. Was it precip accumulation? Yeah, that was. Okay, there we go. So this is the first time in a while that I've used the MRMS, because I usually don't typically use it a whole lot compared to everything else. But here is the 24-hour accumulation, precip accumulated. And you can see in these areas here, 11 inches. Some of these areas here with these little areas, 12 inches. A lot of rainfall that has accumulated over here with 19 inches of rainfall. Some areas with 17, 18, 19, 20 inches of rainfall. And you see around here where all that flooding is occurring, almost like 12 inches of rainfall, 14, Some areas I just saw 15 inches of rainfall, actually. 15, 13, 12, well, almost actually. That one's almost 14 inches right there. Same with that there. So there's definitely quite a bit of flooding going on at the St. Petersburg Clearwater International Airport, especially if it's already picking up on the MRMS with having 12 to 13 inches of rainfall in this area. Could be a little bit inaccurate, but that depends on how much this is going to be updating in the next however long. Because this is still a lot of rainfall in this area, especially if Milton is still kind of a little bit stalled over here. I mean, it's still moving at 16 miles per hour, but it's going to be over Florida for a while. Like a really long while. So I do also want to take a look at some of the other areas that rainfall has accumulated as well. So much accumulated out towards this way. 5 to 4 inches out this way. About 7 to almost 8 inches of rainfall out this way. Then 9 inches, 10 inches of rainfall. About 11 or 12 inches of rainfall in these areas here. This one's almost 12 inches of rainfall right here. This one actually is nearing that. Probably is already at that, if it already isn't now. I don't know how often this updates on the MRMS. I imagine it updates every 9 minutes like the satellite, because this is technically from satellite. Oh no, it updates every hour. So it's going to be like another hour till we see how much rainfall is accumulated. Also, just because why not, I want to take a look at the 24-hour hail. I can't imagine that there's any at all, but I guess it never hurts to look, I guess. Also, there's some mesonets that are picking up from earlier today. This one was at 71 mile per hour wind gust. This one is 64, 60 at this one here. Which these ones are like smaller. Well, this section one is at International Airport, Orlando Sanford International. This one's also probably at a airport too, Daytona Beach International Airport. Which as I'm looking at this is also, I just realized the airport's right next to the Daytona International Speedway as well. Which, I mean, it's kind of convenient. And also there's a university right there. Man, that'd be quite an interesting area to go to, a university, because you got the planes and then you also got cars. Here's the 24-hour presub. Also, as expected, not a whole lot of hail, of course. Or actually no hail at all, actually. Because you don't really get hail when it comes to tropical systems, so. Also, okay, what is with some cheese sticks having the worst opening, like, both tabs ever? I swear. Like, I always, like, every once in a while I get cheese sticks that have, like, those, like, closed tabs. And I have to, like, try and go to the side. It's like Mission Impossible, but for cheese sticks. There's also, because this is probably also from it's also from an airport, which is the Melbourne airport over here. How many international airports does Florida have? Because I can imagine they probably have a lot. Does you got one down here over like at Page Field? I thought there was an international airport down here somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. Southwest Florida International Airport. Which I'm surprised there's no Mesonet that picked up on any of the wins from earlier today that are showing on here. Because these ones did. These three. Where's the third one? 1, 2, 3. These three did. But none of the other ones did, apparently. Which is interesting. I don't know how that kind of works sometimes with what they report. But I guess if they're like high enough, they get reported, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. Because a lot of these have been almost up to... Well, this one is kind of almost in the middle. But looks like out of the three, 2 of them have been either at or near 70 mile per hour wind gust. Because I know for when it comes to Mesonets, when it comes to your typical severe thunderstorm like setup, well, this is not a severe thunderstorm warning, not severe thunderstorm warning setup. This is not a severe thunderstorm setup, severe thunderstorm like typical setup, but with tropical storms, it's, I feel like I don't really see a whole lot of Mesonets being reported with their wind gust. Oh, here we go. There's another one right here. That's a 60 mile per hour wind gust on that one. Melbourne over here was 68. So there's 4 of them actually, it looks like. So I wonder if, hold on, where's storm forts? Let me go back 12 hours. Which I don't know how long it's going to take to report or load any of those. Okay, there we go. So now more are starting to pop back up here as I turned on 24 hours. That's probably got to turn on every single report ever during today. A lot of tornado reports. I'm gonna count the amount of tornado reports actually. So let me just get my drawing tool out real quick. Hold on. This is gonna be quite a bit. Actually, let me get a... Because these are all the tornado reports, which a lot of them have been in these general areas here. With all the tornado reports that are showing on Radio Omega. So, let me... Do I have anything to write down with? Hold on. So... Let me get a piece of paper as well. Which I may just pull out a piece of paper from my... fridge door, apparently. Oh, jeez. My fridge door was open, apparently. Let me just grab a piece of paper from my... One of my... Maybe not this one. What is the one that I haven't not used at all so far this year? The yellow notebook here. This one I could definitely use, because I have not used this. So, alright. Alright, got a piece of paper. Ow, my neck. So, got a piece of paper. Alright. So we got one. I'm gonna do a tally marks. So 1, that's 2 right there. So that makes it 3. And then we got 2 more there. That makes it 5. We got 1 there. That makes it 6. Got another one that makes it 7. This one that makes it 8. And then hold on before we go up more. That's 8. And then we got 4 right here. So 9, 10, 11, 12. That makes it 13 with this one. These two makes it 15. That makes it 16. 17, 18. 17, 18. 19, and then 20. 21 right here, and then 22. So that's 22 tornado reports that are able to be seen right here on Radar Omega. If I go back to 72 hours, does that give any more? I don't think it does. Although, looks like there was a wind report over here of some sort. A couple of water spouts from, this was from the other day, and over in Ohio. Or no, this is not Ohio, this is New York, actually. A couple of water spouts reported there. So that makes 22 tornado reports that you can see on Radar Omega from today. Wow, that's quite a few tornado reports that you can see on Radar Omega. That is quite a few. That is quite a few. Let me just fold this like a taco or a hot dog. Actually, no, it's more like a taco style. This is still taco style. Fold. All right, and then put that in my drawer. All right, and then I'm gonna just put my Sharpie there. All right, back to the ongoing situation between these areas here with the flash flood emergency, which there's quite a few areas that are under this flash flood emergency at the moment. Brandon's is just completely off the radar at this point on Radar Omega. We do have Connor Croft, but he's kind of pointing out he's on the highway, but we can see the lights on the side over here. These are probably dealerships over this way. That's a Mercedes dealership over there. That's clear as almost day over there. We got Corey Highway right there. See the reflectivity of the light come bouncing off the signs. Somewhere in Polk City. Vince Walty is over in Tampa, also on the highway, which looks like he diverted from down here and then went back onto the highway, it looks like. And then we got Caleb over here. I don't know where he's at. Also on the highway somewhere in Sun City Center, Florida. We got Aaron Jajak still over here. Looks like you're looking through frost on this one still. Got Brad Arnold. Look at this is kind of the same point from earlier today, but here it is again. Got a lot of flooding going on over here. More issues with my nose. Can we put out an advisory for my nose? Clogged nose advisory, or not clogged nose advisory, but dripping nose advisory. Oh my god, I finally got both of the cheese sticks. I think. Or at least, no, just the one cheese stick. Pull tab. Not close together. I don't know why cheese sticks come like this sometimes, but that's probably just how it just doesn't do, I guess, from whatever factory packages these things. Except this one is going to be more of a pain than the other one, apparently. Since I can't seem to get a area that I can pull from. Oh no, I gotta go to the side here. Playing Tetris. Or not really Tetris, but I'm playing Peel the Objects Simulator with cheese stick wrappers. Alright, there we go. Got that one. Alright. So I do want to take a look at, see if there's any updates yet. Now, we're still on the 10 p.m. Central Time / 11 p.m. Eastern update. Next update isn't till actually still like almost 3 hours from now still. Because the next update's going to be at around 1 p.m. Central. Which won't be for a while. 126 tornado warnings were issued in Florida today, which is the second most of all time signal state in USA history. The other one being Alabama. Wow, that's quite a few tornado warnings. And then a post from earlier, which was from earlier in the day, south of Clewiston, which was where that PDS tornado warning was. Let me just turn on this. All right. So this right here, hopefully that's actually showing. I don't think it is. No, it's not. Of course it isn't, because it's not on the right tab. And that's the Creator Studio. And as volume exposure. Where is this taking me to on Radar Omega? What is going on? Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. So here's that PDS tornado warning, or PDS tornado from earlier today. That is a pretty big tornado. And this was just almost about a minute ago, actually, from Reed. That stop sign and the street signs on top of the stop sign is completely just fallen over from the wind. Tropicana Field is absolutely just has no roof at this point, it looks like. So where is St. Pete, Milton? So that's on the east side. I forgot who plays at the Tropicana Field. St. Petersburg, that's where that's at. So that's right in here somewhere. Tampa Bay Rays, that's who plays there. And then this is at the Polynesian Resort at Disney. Which I will say Disney is probably one of the safer places right now to take shelter at. Because there is a lot of places to take shelter in over at Disney. And then I also remember earlier today too that I think the Lego Resort at one point was under a tornado warning as well. Which I did not realize there was a Legoland Resort in Florida. I knew there was one over in California, but I didn't know there was one over in Florida. So for some reason, Lieutenant Dan is trending right now. What is going on? Oh, it's apparently some guy from TikTok it looks to be. I was not aware of this guy. But then again, I don't use TikTok, so I do have Instagram Threads, of course, Twitter, and then YouTube, and then also a Discord server. And I don't know what else do I have. I know I have a YouTube Shorts channel, it's a channel for YouTube Shorts or any short form content, but I may use that channel for something else in the future. Wow, that is a big old comparison right there. With the Moore tornado and then also the Fort Pierce one. I mean, look at that. This is from 1999 and this is from this year, basically. Well, obviously this year because that happened in Fort Pierce, but still. So I want to take a refresh. I want to refresh the almost 2 million people without power in Florida right now. The amount of people without power has gone up. So I don't know if that's gone up. I think that's gone up with Hardy County there, that they've started losing more and more power in that county. Almost the entire county is without power there. Which I could imagine that, well, probably a couple people there that probably have their generators going, probably is my guess. But I'm not 100% sure. Almost the entire county of Sarasota and Manatee almost out without power. Although there's still quite a gap between the county tract and county out still, of course, but even that's still quite a few people without power. Almost the entire county of Pinellas is also out of power. Surprisingly, Hillsborough, which is where Tampa is at, there's still quite a few people without power there. But surprisingly, not the entire county is out of power. Especially since that was near the area of where Milton did take its landfall at. It also looks like this did update finally on Radar Omega. Hold on, let me just turn off that. This finally did get an update as well on Radar Omega. So as of 10 p.m. Central, wind speed 105, max wind gust 125, east-northeast movement still. Most likely still moving at 16 miles per hour. Yep, still moving at 16 miles per hour as of now. And then we did finally see now an update on these two here. So this is still even forecast to be a Cat 1 even after this exits Florida here. Which this is around tomorrow morning. So a lot of, okay, I think they did renew a new hurricane warning. They did, because originally there was a 2 hours till expire, which usually they renew the warnings, especially for tropical storm and hurricane warnings, after a long while actually. Because I know it gets down to about either till it expires out or when it's about 1 or 2 hours till it expires out and then they issue a new one. So the customers out are still going up with the power outages. Still almost 2 million without power in Florida right now. go back to this camera here, which is still seeing wind gusts up to almost 25 mph wind gusts with measurement there. Like, obviously it goes up and down, up and down, up and down as the winds kind of start moving towards the northeast, or are moving towards northeast, as the, but it's still Hurricane Milton is moving towards the northeast. So there's another video from the Tropicana Arena, which is where the Tampa Bay Rays play. The roof is completely just, well, almost the entirety of the roof is completely blown off. There still seems to be sides over here that are still kind of attached, but for the most part, a lot of the roof is blown off. And that's a tweet from that's a tweet from yesterday right there. For some reason, getting old tweets, but let me just kind of try and refresh it. Here's from Fort Pierce earlier today. Quite big tornado from earlier. Actually, wait, hold on. Let me just move that there. There we go. That's a lot better. I don't know why I have two Twitter tabs open, but okay. That works, I guess. But here's the tornado from earlier today. You can see everybody, of course, pulling over to the side. Since this is a pretty big tornado that is passing right over the highway here. I-95. That is, hold on. Let me just, look at the funnel on that. That's like there and there. I wish I could draw. I had some type of drawing like program that I can draw on screen with. I think there is somewhere, but I don't know where though. And this was another tornado from earlier. Milton. Multi-vortex tornado. Man, that is insane. Let me look at, or Twitter could just completely break. Okay. 10 minutes ago, right here with this post. Water levels have receded, but here in Naples, waters could still rise slightly, but this is a very good trend for now. Yeah, you still see the water, just about barely, but you can still see the water there. Actually, as he points the flashlight towards the water there, you can see all that flooding on the roadway there. That is quite a bit of flooding. And here's from 37 minutes ago. Crane 400 Central just fell into the office building. Oh. So there's another crane over that way too. So it's a good thing that one didn't fall either or get blown over. I was gonna say, I don't know how much they could have been done about it though, since it was way up there, and they usually build the crane while they're putting up scaffolds and stuff like that. So looks like, yeah, looks like Orlando's starting to get into that flash flooding right now as well. So a lot of wind on there. This was, how long? 32-minute post from 32 minutes ago. Yeah, that is a lot of course, a lot of flooding, of course. See the water trying to get down into, I guess that's like a sewer pipe drain there. But, of course, with all the floodwaters, it can't drain fast enough. And how fast these waters are going too, especially with the wind. Surprisingly power is on in this area, but I guess it does depend when it comes to the power grid. If sometimes you get power lines that are underneath the ground and they got ones that are above ground. Bro, the Landfall is still getting roasted even on the Weather Channel while they're doing coverage of Milton still. What? Man, reporters absolutely just savage. So seeing a lot of videos of the Tropicana field right now. So here's from the All-Star Movies Resort right here. Very wet, of course. A lot of wind. Doesn't seem like it's flooded in this area. Here's another video right here. A lot of wind and rain. Feels like this. This feel like this is the story of tonight so far is wind and rain. I was gonna say, is Jim Cantori out there? I know it's Jim Cantori supposed to be out there. Oh, let me go to his Twitter real quick. Jim Cantori, see what he's doing over there. Well, he's over by Sunseeker Harbor side. A lot of big waves over that way. It looks like. And there's a boat that's just being tossed by the waves. I mean, it's attached to the pier itself, or well, the harbor itself, it looks like. But it's just being absolutely just thrown and smashed about by the waves while still being, it's not capsized, but it is being thrown around quite a bit. I refresh the power outage map. Still almost 2 million without power still. Refresh again. 10:36 p.m. No changes quite yet. So we got, of course, ongoing flash flood emergencies at the moment. And Milton is still making its way towards, well, making its way through Florida still. So just kind of just monitoring, see what happens. So looks like Corey, Connor, and Vince Volti are all kind of seem to be almost in the same area. It looks like kind of. Although Connor and Corey are kind of closest. Vince Volti's making his way over. I don't know who else could be down here other than Caleb from Ryan Hall. Hall Force 1. I don't know what that is, other than I think that might be the roof of the truck or something like that. And then Aaron Jack J is offline. Still got Brad Arnold still streaming with the flooding ongoing over in Punta Gorda. So I just realized that is, of course, he's on Radar Omega, so he has a Radar Omega, like, radar right there. But, yeah. See if we have any early updates at all. But I don't think we have any early updates since the next update is supposed to be at 1 in the morning, basically. Which is going to be quite a while, actually. Which I am kind of curious. Let me, station plot points. Where are they? Also, I do want to actually take a look at another thing, too, because I know there was Tropical Genesis that was happening with a particular area. I know it was out here somewhere. I think it might have been moved to out here, it looks like, possibly, as it was moving towards the east-northeast as well. Yeah, Hurricane Hunters are not out there, of course. So I do want to take a look at the tropical outlooks for wind probabilities, 120-hour probabilities. So hurricane force is still ongoing in this area here, it looks like. Probability of tropical storm winds, probably a 50 knot. Still in these areas here, it looks like. Tropical storm force is, of course, going to be in this area still. And then, of course, out towards this way once Milton starts making its way towards the east. Detailed display. I could have swore. Okay, there you go. There's the station plots right there. I'm surprised I didn't turn on beforehand, but now I have, so we can take a look at some of the station plot points around in this area. Apparently, this one is at 32 degrees, apparently. Apparently, it's absolutely just freezing at this plot point over in, at the Tampa Executive Airport. Apparently, it's absolutely just freezing there. Same with this one and this one, which I think these ones are probably just completely just broke or down. There's no way it's at 32 dew point and 32 temperature. So those are definitely down. That is so weird, though. Visibility 0 miles. Ultimate, yeah. So those are definitely down. What else can we look at? We could probably look at county outages on here as well. Although it's going to be mixed in with a lot of the tropical and hurricane warnings. That's probably not going to be the best thing to look at. And here's the active spotter network, which a lot of them are over, of course, near Tampa at the moment. There's one of them over in by Deltona, it looks like. Yeah, so the ones that have 32 are definitely the ones that are down or broken at the moment. See, next red history, that's going to be for hail. Power outages, I know I'm not going to be able to really look at too much. Although I do wonder if the state outages is faster on here compared to the website, but I think it's probably just about the same. Yeah, so there we go. What, almost 1.930 million people without power in Florida right now. Last update 10:36 p.m. So that was over 10. That's over 30. Well, that's 13 minutes ago at this point. Also, it looks like over here there's a coastal flood advisory. It looks like that's a bit interesting to see. Also, same with the coast of Louisiana here. Coastal flood advisory, 2 of them apparently. So you still got power outages in Georgia and North Carolina, which I am kind of curious specifically where. Asheville still has power out, looks like. Same with here. Some of these are areas that have been hit really hard, still trying to get their power back. Because I know Helene brought a ton of rainfall, and then even before Helene, there was a ton of rainfall even before that too. Buoys, that one I know I didn't look at before the entirety of the stream beforehand. We got a buoy apparently here. Wind speed, or wind direction, 40 degrees. Wind speed 1.12 miles per hour. Gust speed 38.36. I don't know how... Unless there is water there. I could be wrong. I was like, huh? So, this one does temperature, sea level pressure, visibility. This one does wind speed and wind gust. We got this one out here. See if we've got any others. This one out here, which is basically a full-on, like, one of those other buoys that have, like, actually cameras on them, it looks like. Photos are generally taken hourly during daily operation, so right now, no photo at the moment on this one. But we do get some information, of course. Wind speed 31.32 miles per hour, and then gusts of up to around 40. Wave height, almost 12-foot waves. Holy. Tidecast forecast points. I'm not sure. Tidecast. Tide prediction to the highest, almost 3 feet on that one. Same with this one here. Same with that one. A lot of these around the coast over here are going to be near 3 feet. Because, of course, that's where Milton made landfall. So it's obviously going to be where the highest waves are going to be at. Surface front, I want to take a look at that as well. So we got the surface front here, which is pushing this one here. It's got to push that Milton to go all the way over here. Milton's got to actually probably ride this here. Alright, and climatological outlooks. Below average down here. Below normal, actually. And then above normal over here. 6, 8, so 2 weeks above normal, and then 3 to 4 weeks. So 1 month at that, I was gonna say in like 1 month and 3 months, because this is just climatology of what could be expected next however many days or months. Wouldn't pay attention to anything more than the 6 to 10 day one. Because anything outwards after that
could just be completely different to what could be actually going on months from now. Which I am a little bit curious. Just to take a quick look here. So I'm hoping to get some rainfall eventually. Because it's been pretty dry here. See if we got any mesoscales. We got one mesoscale, which is for flash flooding likely. Hydrological outlooks. Still got the... If I can click on it. Although I don't know if I'm going to be able to click on it. Probably not. Nope. But still got the... That's, I think, a moderate area of flash flooding there. Wish I could look at this, but... Fortunately, can't. Severe weather. So now this is down to a marginal, of course. Tornado risk is still surprisingly at 2%. Although, for the most part, I think the tornado threat at this point is pretty much just... is actually just done at this point. Still got a marginal risk tomorrow. Still got 2% tomorrow as well. Which should probably come from outer bands once this moves off from shore, but I don't know how much those low-trope supercells are going to be producing after Milton goes back into the, well, not back into the Atlantic, but goes into the Atlantic. We also got fire weather outlook here. Conditions, day 1, pretty dry out towards here. Dry thunderstorm, same area basically. And then dry thunderstorms, nothing. Weekly drought monitor. Take a look at the weekly dry monitor. It's pretty dry out here, moderate drought. Still got a pretty big drought going on over between West Virginia and Ohio. Hopefully they get rain sometime soon, because they really need it over that way. Satellite settings, don't need that. Alright, for the most part, that should be pretty much it with what we can look at, other than maybe some lightning. Although I am kind of curious what else on the MRMS we can see, because I don't usually use the MRMS. Lightning probability, 24-hour rotation. Actually, let's look at the 24-hour rotation, which basically is the kind of just tracks of each rotation within a storm, I guess, from what I remember off the top of my head. And MRMS is taking a while on this one, apparently. Oh, there we go. It's loading. It's loading. Oh, there we go. So here's the 24-hour rotation, which is all the rotations that were kind of just detected throughout the day for all the rotations within storms we're at. But you can see a lot of them in this area, looks like. A great bunch over here. Although I think that also probably counts for the actual rotation of the hurricane itself, probably too, it looks like. Because it kind of follows also the rotation of the, well, the spin of the hurricane as well, I should say. Also forecast here, which occasionally I'll look at. I know during when we have our, like, the regular severe thunderstorm warning, or severe regular severe weather season, I look at it quite a few times. So quite moist down here, of course, especially with Milton. And temps probably gonna be warmer down here. But we'll have to see once it loads. If it ever loads. There's also snow, wind gust, sustain, which actually we may need to look at wind gust and wind sustain, because that seems to be could be perfect for this, since we still have Hurricane Milton ongoing, although it doesn't seem like it's gonna want to load, unfortunately. So we're gonna just go back to radar, which is also gonna take a while to load back up. Do have an update statement now, which Milton has weakened more with the wind speed, which is not max sustained winds at 100. So now this is a high-end Cat 1 with pressure at 966. Or actually, no, this is still at a Cat 2 at the moment. It's just a very low-end Cat 2. Florida is now at 2 million people without power. A little bit surprised at how far back this one is behind compared to this one. Because this one was from like multiple hours ago at this point. So this one's the one that we're going to look at. Actually, I may have to just keep it on region select at the moment. Because I'm trying to figure out where I can go. Which this one seems to be the one that's got to work well here. So I think I just saw that update. Yeah, I just saw an update just now. There we go. So that is the latest update right there. Wind speed 100 with max sustained. Still moving east northeast. Minimum pressure 966. There we go. Now high res velocity is back on. Whoa, what was going on there? That was weird. Yeah, just kind of at this point, just kind of looking at the velocities that are still kind of going around near Milton at the moment. So you can see this portion here, 105, 107. Saw 107 there, 110, 112. So what else can we take a look at here? Yeah, winter weather. Ah, yes, snow. Nothing's gonna even pop up from that, so I'm not even gonna touch that. So settings. So at this point, it's just kind of waiting game to see what kind of happens and develops here. Because for now, at the moment, it's kind of slow at the moment, which is good because that means everything's starting to finally calm down after hours on end. But Yeah. Let's take a look at what Connor Croft is doing. At some type of, looks like probably truck stop or something there, or one of those small gas stations. It looks like someone's truck right there. This is at, oh, that's why it's at the marathon. No wonder why. So he's just kind of on the road, so you can easily see a lot better than before, at least in this area. And that is a Nissan dealership right there. So yeah, this is literally just dealership row over here. Let me just pause this real quick. Yeah, still seeing wind gusts up to looks like up to 110. Looks like still. Okay, this is definitely a lot more viewable than earlier. Water. So I wonder what where is Anna Maria Island. Still looks to be about the same at Anna Maria Island with the winds there. Why do I feel like I'm lagging a lot right now? Why is everything? I swear, everything's being very, very slow right now. I don't know why. Computer's starting to lag. Lagalicious. Holy lag. Let me take a look here again, if I can load up the cameras. Internet's being... A lot of things are being really slow right now. Don't know what's going on. Although I think it did just return to normal, I think. Let me see. I hope it did. Here's for being very laggy right now. Actually kind of annoying. So I just move around my camera real quick here to make sure everything's good. Alright. Okay, yeah, that's back to normal. I don't know what was going on with my internet there, but... Okay, this camera's back up as well. Not much going on there, as per usual. Since that's just pointing down at the grass. Anna Maria, still the same as well. Corey Gherkin, he's at a gas station, probably getting gas. A little bit surprised that the gas pumps were covered with plastic, because I know there's some gas stations, especially along the coast, that were covered with like that wrapping plastic to protect it from water damage. And this camera's down again. Oh no, it's not down. It's just, unless it is down, might be down. Oh no, it's not down. It's just, why is it on yellow? Might be limited then with the connection it's getting. I'm not entirely sure. But still got pockets of really strong wind coming out of some of these areas here. 100, 107, 105, 110 right there. What about this area over here? So over here, not as strong as a wind gust. About up to 90 mile per hour wind gusts in this sector over here. A lot of stronger winds are on this area over here. which would be up to around 90 or more mile per hour wind gusts on this sector. Of what is still Hurricane Milton at the moment. Because Hurricane Milton is at the moment still a Cat 2. Still waiting to see if we have any updates of if there is any change. Although we did just see a change about 21 minutes ago about at 11 p.m. Central Time / 12 a.m. Eastern. So we'll have to see if we get any changes soon. Probably not yet. Although they did say the next advisory, intermediate advisory, would be at 2 a.m. Eastern Time, which would be 1 in the morning Central Time. So let me go back to marine tools here. Tide forecast point right here. So take a couple looks at these. So surprisingly, this one is at tide predictions of 2 feet. See what this is here. So my guess these are gotta be like 24/7 updated information, and are just like throughout the day continuously. Then we also, did I turn on buoys? I don't think I turned on buoys. No, I didn't turn on buoy. There's quite a few buoys that I can look at throughout the entirety. Even in the ones in Indian Ocean, apparently I can look at as well, looks like. So a couple of these. A couple of these have photo capabilities, but obviously no photos right now, since it is nighttime currently, of course. So we'll get some information from them. This one is out here is like, has really strong wind speeds and gusts coming off of it. Let's see, let me go to ones that are more near where Milton is right now. Almost 3 feet. Tide predictions high of almost 3 feet on this one here. Holy. Let's turn off these real quick. What was I gonna do? Detailed display. Some of these are still down at the moment, showing 32 and 32. This one here is just completely down, of course, because this one is on the coast. So we got ongoing flash flood emergencies as well, of course, since these still have almost, this one's got almost still another 2 hours on it. This one's got another 3 hours and almost a half on it still. See what the current wind field is. So that hurricane force winds have moved more inland. Still got a big area of tropical storm force winds. The cone got out more towards this way, just to the east of Bermuda. Although this is a large cone of uncertainty still, of course, out towards this way. And of course, much more skinny, of course, near Milton, but of course, skinnier the cone, the more cylinder is compared to the large cone of uncertainty. The Leslie's over here, currently at a Cat 2 at the moment. Projected to be a Cat 3, it looks like tomorrow morning, actually. But the couple outlooks, so there's one over here, one here, which this one, development chances is like just right near Bermuda on that one there. Just went over Cape Verde. There we go. Turn that off. Wind probability. Of course, this is. Let me turn on the wind field and then. Yeah, so yeah. That's within the area of where those tropical storm winds are, with the outer areas. Since the tropical storm winds are much more spread out. I wonder what the hurricane force winds look like right now. Probably not much. Yeah, not a lot, because a lot of the hurricane force winds look to be. Is that even lined up? No, it's not. So this is the hurricane force winds that are over, like, the probability over here, and then it's over here shifted over here. So looks like the probabilities will probably have to wait to see if they update it all. Probably won't look at them too much though, since Milton is literally right smack in the, not really in the middle, but almost right in the middle here. 2.1 million people without power currently in Florida. Which I would just pull out that map real quick. And then where is that? Okay, there we go. For power outages. And here's the current map right now of the power outages with the, especially areas around Hillsborough, Pinellas, Manatee, and Sarasota. And Hardy is almost, I haven't seen that gone up at all. But these 4 counties here, I've been seeing a lot of those kind of go up. The Hillsborough, which is where Tampa is, I've been seeing power outages kind of going up more and more on that, in that area there. Cavalier has a couple, well, 76,000 people, almost 77,000 people without power there. I still got a couple storm chasers out that way. So Key West is live as usual. Stormer Media is out there. Freddie McKinney is, of course, out there. WX Chasing is also out there. Vince is, of course, out there. So who else is live right now? Max was live a little bit ago, so I don't know anybody else who was doing live broadcasts that is live at the moment. So I think almost everybody except for me has pretty much stopped streaming, other than the Storm Chasers, which at this point I think is definitely gonna be a good stopping point for today, or actually tonight, I should say. And yeah, I think this is probably, maybe I'll do one more tomorrow, probably not, but either way, see y'all when I do the next live stream. I don't know when that'll be, but yeah.